You are about to listen to the words of Fethullah Gulen, a distinguished Islamic scholar and thinker. In this podcast, you will hear his essay, The Purpose of Life.
Whether we consider this life to be worth enduring in all its hardship depends to a large extent on whether we know the purpose of existence. We are often reminded of the mystery of life, especially when we reflect upon our own humanity. And as we continue this contemplation throughout our lives, the enigma slowly and gradually becomes clearer. Yet creation's primary purpose is evident. When we consider how humanity, the universe, and God are intertwined, we see that our purpose is to embody the ideals of faith, wisdom, and spiritual joy, thereby demonstrating the privilege of being human. The realization of such a great project demands systematic thinking and disciplined action. To clarify, we take the first step towards realizing this purpose when we initiate the virtuous cycle of thought and action. In this cycle, our thoughts generate further actions, which in turn generate more subtle and complex thoughts according to the spiritual perception of our hearts and the reflection of our intellect. Undoubtedly, this process requires strong belief, conscious behavior, and complete self-control in every action. Whoever has these characteristics will reflect upon the currents of life in order to understand their meaning, even though others submit to them heedlessly, even unconsciously. The former turn their thoughts into actions which are enriched by their intellectual labor. They suffer the birth pangs of a new idea every day, for they believe that only the mind straining at its limits is productive. They are convinced that the greater the pains of thought and more restless the soul, then the stronger, more consistent, and more brilliant will be the ideas born in the womb of that mind. Every day they scrutinize existence over again, embroidering it in the lacework of their thoughts. The wisdom embedded in the soul of the universe necessitates such a rigorous endeavor. Most importantly, our existence must be appreciated as the threshold of the world of blessings. We exist within a world of bounties, and it is our duty to utilize them, making them rungs upon the ladder that leads to higher blessings. We invite God's providence by first giving proper place to our willpower, thus proving ourselves unique among creation. Our duty is to contemplate our position within the flow of existence and reflect on our relationships. In doing so, our spiritual intellect becomes a source of wisdom. When we follow this path, we begin to see ourselves differently and understand ourselves more deeply. We discover that phenomena speak with meaning and have much to teach us. Here is the horizon that one must reach in order to attain a real life. We are the most important among the living elements of the universe. We are the soul of the universe, its essence and extract, from which the whole of existence has expanded and flourished. Our essential responsibility is then to read and evaluate all of the pages of the book of existence from this profound perspective, uncovering the wisdom at work in the depths of our souls. It is our responsibility to rise above the turmoil of bodily life, the period of struggle between birth and death, and to dwell in the depths of our heart, where we can seek out divine manifestations and spiritual joys. In truth, what makes this often worrisome and painful life worth living are the divine gifts we receive at each stage of our temporal journey. Those who are uplifted by these gifts are inevitably captivated by divine manifestations. As they savor these spiritual pleasures, they run toward God like a poem rushing with excitement toward its finale. Our happiness does not depend on external gratification and is thus not subject to cessation. Ours is the everlasting happiness that emanates from our own souls, the happiness that is enriched by our connection to God and results in paradise. Indeed, this is the joy that wells up within us and spreads over our whole existence. Our inner world is a panorama of the manifestations of God's generosity. Our conscience never tires in its pursuit of them. Our life passes in lying in wait for them. Our eyes look to the horizon of our fortune to welcome with celebration even the slightest signs of divine acceptance. and our soul expresses its delight with hymns. He has ascended the throne of my heart. O my King, here you are welcome. Today we need guides who can lead new generations towards such understanding. The younger generations, following these heroic guides, will live their youth fully in line with its true purpose. Beyond the horizons where their souls unite with the infinite, they will come to see that mortality is one with eternal life. They will marvel at the worlds of beauty hidden in each fleeting moment and gain a new sense of infinity by discerning its reflection in every face of creation. Then they will realize that this life is truly worth living. With this awareness, they will journey through the depths of their souls as if traveling across galaxies, discovering the rich dimensions of this temporal life.
You have just listened to the words of Fethullah Gulen, brought to life through an AI-generated voice. Known for his teachings on faith, interfaith dialogue, peace, and education, Mr. Gulen also inspired the Hizmet movement, a global initiative that promotes democracy, human rights, equality, and nonviolence. To learn more about Fethullah Gulen and the Hizmet movement, visit fethullahgulen.com.